So hello everyone, hope so everyone is doing great. This is Alka. I'm back for the newspaper analysis. So we have a lot of articles to discuss, lot of hangama has been held on Monday like Saturdays and Sundays. So today we are here with again a very good and very important current affair from examination perspective, from examination point of view. So starting with now Trump is about to attack Venezuela. Venezuela was the country which in 2018 they have supported an election. Now they are about to attack Venezuela. That is a very important news from Indian perspective as well, because first of all Trump is targeting all the oil related countries, Iran, Russia, and now Venezuela. And why Venezuela is important for us? Because in Venezuela we have our oil plants. So if your USA will going to affect or will going to attack Venezuela, then directly it will going to impact our oil industries, our oil bases which are present there. So that's why this news becomes very important for us. We'll discuss. Abhi there is a conspiracy, there is a theories around ki yes, Trump is planning, Trump might attack on Venezuela. Once the things are on the platform, we will discuss ki what are the complications or what are the implications of this attack by Trump. Now secondly, very strongly as Jay Shankar ji said that ki please tumhe jo karna hai karo, agar if you don't want to buy with us, don't purchase with us, we don't care. Why? Because on the other hand, we are improving relationship with China, and official statements are coming from China ki yes, we want to improve our relationship with basically India. And because of improving relationship between India and China, Nepal is unhappy, because Nepal is saying that ki bas you and India time to time that basically you guys are exploiting me, you use your to fulfill your international standards, your international goals, you actually use me time to time. So now Nepal is also not happy with the behavior of China and India, but in the current perspective, what is more important is to counter USA, and to counter USA, majority of the countries from the world, they are coming together. So there was a point few days back when we thought that ki there is like finally Ukraine and Russia will going to end the war, but no. Trump entered the system. We thought shayad it could be the D-Day for the Ukraine and Russia war, but nahi, then again your Trump sahab has taken the U-turn. So lot of things are going in international scenario, and yes, finally GS paper 1, 2, 3, 4 has been done, like it has been occurred, and we have discussed lot of things, like we have discussed about semiconductor industry, that was asked in paper. We have discussed about basically your Naxalism. Again and again in my class also, and here in live session also, I must have said that ki yes, by 2026 we want to end Naxalism. Chances are very high that UPSC will ask question in the mains paper of GS paper 3. Naxalism, since direct question was asked related to left wing extremism, ki yes, by 2026 they want to end. So what will be the challenges and what are the initiatives has been taken? Very good morning Krishna beta. So like that's why whatever the things we are discussing is very important from prelims and mains perspective. So do follow some of the current affairs. Yes, they are very important from the examination point of view. And if you see the paper of basically mains of GS paper 1, 2, 3 and 4, very direct questions were asked this year, and very direct questions were asked this year. So it's just a game what is the strategy of yours to clear the prelims. So we have to focus, we have to make a balanced approach of prelims and mains. Once your prelims is actually done and continuously you are practicing answer writing and everything, then chances are very high that after clearing prelims you will clear your mains examination as well. So we are here with you for the examination process, starting with the first article. We all know that Kerala is the highest literate state of the country, yet according to the 2011 census, yet 2027 census is about to come. But we know that the state which was actually highest literate will also be highest literate state. But one more thing added in that stuff is that 100% digital literacy in Kerala. So Kerala is not now only a literate state, but it is now also a digitally literate state. So that is also a very positive and important news ki 100% digital literacy has been done, which was announced by your Kerala Chief Minister. And the plus point is that one lady, I guess she was MA in something, 104 years old, MA Abdullah Molvi. Bakavi, he was also surveyed under this particular survey which has been done to look after ki bhaiya what is the status, how what is the status of people, how they are digitally literate. So 104-year-old individual, senior citizen, was also involved in this list of digital illiteracy. So this is one of the most positive news which you will see from Kerala. It is a positive news ki bhaiya yes, Kerala is 100% digital. But one of the positive news is ki yes, senior citizens also which are present in Kerala, they are also aware of this digital stuff. So this is a very positive news which you will see. Now surveys covered 1.5 crore. Just give me a second. Survey covered 101.5 crore individuals from 83.46 lakh, out of which 21.88 lakh digitally literate persons can be seen, and successfully completed the training and evaluation. Even senior citizens, 104-year was there. Local bodies were involved. That means this is also a very good example of decentralization or cooperative federalism, or that means people are actually continuously participating. That means grassroots involvement is there in this system. One more thing is very important. We have discussed about that 130th amendment bill, है ना? So in that we have mentioned कि this particular bill of related to PM-CM is related to constitutional morality also. ठीक है, that term was mentioned there, constitutional morality, and this term is becoming very important for paper perspective. Why? Because in prelims also UPSC have asked you the definition, which could be the exact definition of constitutional morality. Plus this year there was a question which was asked on constitutional morality in GS paper 2 also and GS paper 4 also. That means it is important from polity and governance perspective as well, and it is equally important from GS paper 4 ethics perspective as well. So these terminologies like constitutional morality or something related to carbon sequestration, if these such terminologies are in the news, then chances are very high UPSC can ask you the definition of that term as well. So that's why always focus on these key terms also which are in news, because now UPSC is asking question from these key terms, and specifically from prelims perspective, environment perspective in prelims, and mains perspective from polity and governance and economy terminologies. So please make sure focus and study accordingly. So this is the data. So it is equally helping in the development of grassroots development, people participation, community interaction, awareness among the decentralized. It is also a good example of decentralization of the power. That means the work is done from bottom to top. That is very important. Now, second article. Union Cabinet has approved the continuation of universal supply of fortified rice under all government schemes till 2028 with 100% central funding. This is also very, very, very important. First of all, what is fortified rice? So fortified rice, we also know that India is suffering from poverty. India is suffering from the problem of malnutrition. Yes, on the other hand, obesity is also one of the concern of our country. But on the other side of the fact is that yes, still we are poor, still we are stunt, still we are a malnutrition country. So to fulfill or to basically come out of this particular problem, government has worked on fortified rice. What is fortified rice? Just simply understand that. Let's say this is a चावल का दाना, ठीक है, this is, let's say, just take one चावल का दाना, and this is the normal चावल का दाना which we take, and this is the fortified rice. So in this fortified rice, additionally, this is like your modified. Why they are known as fortified? Because it has been additionally, artificially, vitamins and minerals has been added to that rice. For example, iron will be added, vitamin C, vitamin A, sorry, not C, but vitamin A will be added, iron and different kind of vitamin B, the minerals which you required for the normal growth of the body. So everything will be involved under, like, will be added artificially in this piece of rice. So what is fortified rice? Fortification is a practice of deliberately increasing the content of essential nutrient, that is vitamins and minerals, to improve the quality of the food which you are providing to the citizen of your country, to the people of your country, so that if the poor people is also taking the less amount of rice, they can get all the nutrients and vitamins and minerals which is required for the body. So that is what is fortified rice. So what are the minerals which are added in fortified rice, like extra by editing? It's kind of you have edited that rice by gene editing, you have included more vitamins and minerals. What are the vitamins and minerals? Pyridoxine, that is vitamin B6, niacin, that is vitamin B32, cobalamin, that is vitamin B12, iron, vitamin A, thiamine, that is vitamin B1, folic acid, vitamin B9, and zinc. These are important. Zinc is required for the normal sleep process. Vitamin B is required for the nerve system. Majority of the people, like in your household, your mothers only, most of them, they have a problem of these, like ज़्यादातर they have a pain in their leg or neurological and nerve का pain होता है. That is why, because of the lack of vitamin B12 and B6. So that's why doctors suggest them related to neurology, related to the vitamins which is related to the nerve system. So that's why, to actually curb that problem, we have fortified the rice and we have added such minerals in that rice, so that if the individual poor people under any central government scheme is getting a rice at a very low quality or very low quantity, then also that is a very qualitative rice. Hope so you have understood. So this is what fortified rice is. Now the initiative has been started in 2019. It was also part of your midday meal Pradhan Mantri Poshan Abhiyan, and it is also considered as very useful for India's target to end anemia, that is anemia mukt Bharat. Majority of the Indian women, specifically women and the girls, they are actually anemic. That means blood का कमी है, चक्कर आना, nausea feel करना, they are not feeling good, and majority of the pregnant women, they are also facing for the same. That's why under various government initiative, folic acid, iron, as iron ka tablet is basically added in the diet under government scheme or added in the normal medication. Why? Because majority of the women are anemic. That's why we also have targeted an initiative that is known as Anemia Mukt Bharat. So for that also, this is a very important initiative. So pilot phase meet has been started in 2019. Now all the center government schemes where rice is included, they have actually extended it to 2028, which is the nodal ministry. So Department of Food and Public Distribution System under Consumer Affair, Food and Public Distribution. There is a technical standard, that is FSSAI is an organization which gives certification to the food and services companies and initiative and the individual who are involved in this food businesses. Ki if you have, let's say I am a food truck owner, and if I have FSSAI ka certification, that means ki I have actually qualified all the standards and condition required for a food. Hygienic होना चाहिए, एक proper clean environment होना चाहिए, उतना ज़्यादा content आप ज़्यादा oil ना use करें, या जो भी process होता है अलग अलग industry, food industry का, उसके बाद आपको FSSAI के standard certification मिलता है. So that is also like all the particular agencies and initiative which is involved in this food rice fortification, they will be given a proper FSSAI certification. Only then you can go for further procedure or development of the rices. So that is very important. Now by March 2024, fortified rice was replaced by all the normal rice. So चाहे वो midday meal हो, even it's PM Poshan Abhiyan or any individual scheme of center where you are providing rice, by 2024 all the rice was replaced by your fortified rice. That is very important. Plus we are also promoting a use of fortified salt, because आपने देखा होगा the number of silent heart attack cases are increasing in our country. What is the reason for increasing of silent heart attack? One of the major reason is also the sugar and salt intake. The average, according to your World Health Organization, the average intake of basically salt of individual per day should be approx 5 to 7 gram. But in India, we consume on an average 12 to 15 grams of salt per day. Second, we are not the highest consumers. Highest consumer is China. On an average 16 to 20 gram of salt Chinese are consuming on every day. But still, that is not a happy news for us. Our concern is that our population is also consuming a good number of salt, which is very high according to the standard recommended salt consumption. That's why you will see the number of silent heart attacks, because salt ki wajah se the blood pressure is increased. So that is also one of the major reasons for silent heart attack in the country. So if you are also consuming a good number of salt on a daily basis, please make sure slowly you cut the consumption of a salt, because that is not good for your health. And if you want, you can shift to your pink salt. That is both the sendha namak, because this is as compared to the normal salt which is present in the market, the pink salt is less dangerous for the body. Government is also recommending pink salt under different initiative, so that we can consume the salt which is less causing less damage to our body. So double fortified rice, fortified edible oil is also part of it under PM Poshan Abhiyan. It is also linked to the initiative that is that is Anemia Mukt Bharat. We have already discussed. All the states and UTs will make sure that quality and standards are maintained, and plus it will also it is also basically enhance the individual school. The midday meal was one of the major initiative, because of which the school enrollment was increased. Why? Because majority of the kids were having at least something to eat in a day. So that's why midday meal was a game changer in the education industry in the India. And now we have achieved a midday meal almost in every government schools in urban and the rural areas. Now we are planning to give a qualitative food to the individual, so that in a less consumption also the kids can have a good quality nutritious food in that schools under midday meal scheme. So that is also important. So what are the initiatives which are involved with this this particular whatever we are discussing is the PDS public distribution system ke under it will be proper. There are ration shops where your government related ration is distributed. So it will be distributed via PDS system, that is public distribution system. All majority of the fortified rice will get under your PM Poshan Abhiyan, that is also part of your midday meal. Then all the initiatives which are working for integrated child and development program, like your Anganwadis, like your small healthcare centers will also be included under this, plus a special nutrition initiatives drive will be specifically taken in the various states under which these rice will be provided, that is fortified rice. So hope so things are clear. Now moving to the another very important article. Central Consumer Protection Central Consumer Protection Authority, that is CCPA, has imposed penalty of 10 lakh on Rapido for misleading advertisement promising auto in 5 minutes or get rupees 50. Now, if such articles are in news, first of all, it is important from what are the punishment or what is the act related to it. But secondly, there is an organization which is associated with it, that is a CCPA, Central Consumer Protection Authority. So from this article, we will see two things. What is the act and what is the punishment related to it, and what is basically this organization is all about. So UPSC ask about such organization. Now you will see कि majorly UPSC used to ask about Election Commission, UPSC, CAG or CCI or some non-constitutional body. But now from the last few years, the trend is that कि they are asking you the ekdam alag bodies. If they are in news, they say they are small sub bodies. They are asking about you the small sub bodies. The number of questions which is asked from the direct constitutional and non-constitutional is majorly have shifted to mains oriented. But in prelims, they are asking, I am not saying they are not asking, they are asking, but majority of the questions you will see from past years, they are asking from the small organizations which are there in the news. So please focus all the small organizations which are present in the news. Now, what is CCPA? Chalo, before that, let us see the penalties. If manufacturer is doing such kind of malpractices ki bhaiya itna le jao, ye karo, if some kind of this dhandlebazi is done on the manufacturing level, then it can be a fine up to 10 lakh plus jail up to 2 years. ठीक है. Second, what is the penalty under the act? Now, if they are endorsing such kind of particularly like there is an agency and they are endorsing कि हाँ भाई चलो let us promote this, then they will be also they have to pay 10 lakh तक fine और 1 year तक का imprisonment plus they can be banned for certain period of time. This is the second thing. Third, and if they have repeated, then they have to pay 50 lakh rupees and they can be banned for the any kind of future endorsement. Then publishers, if publishers are involved in this, then they all also have to basically pay up to 10 lakh rupees as a fine for that particular crime which they have committed. Ab you must be also using your Rapido, like I am also a Rapido user, but majority of the time that 5-minute criteria is not fulfilled. But अब we as a people feel that कि चलो we have different options. Rapido नहीं तो let us switch to Uber. Uber नहीं तो let's switch to Ola. Ola नहीं तो there are InDrive. There are different kind of apps which are present in the system. So we prefer switching. But government authorities have saw this and the penalty has been imposed on them because for the promoting these fake kind of addresses or fake kind of क्या बोलते हैं advertisement. So under our Consumer Protection Act or right to information also, we can also go to see कि भैया how many people has been benefited from this, and if we have not benefited from such advertisement, we can also go to the particular consumer protection courts and we can basically file complaint against them. So that is also very important. Now from here, what is CCPA? Give me a second. So what is CCPA? It's a regulatory body what established under section 10 of Consumer Protection Act. Majority of the time student gets confused कि भैया क्या है अंडर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन है या कहाँ पे है. सो इट इज़ एक्चुअली अंडर द सेक्शन 10 ऑफ कंज्यूमर प्रोटेक्शन एक्ट 2019 जो इस तरीके के किसी भी मैटर पे रिलेटेड टू अनफेयर ट्रेड प्रैक्टिसेस इट एक्चुअली पुट रिस्ट्रिक्शंस और वो मेक श्योर करता है कि द इंडिविजुअल हु इज इन्वॉल्व इन सच एडवर्टाइजमेंट एंडोर्समेंट और मैन्युफैक्चरिंग शुड बी पनिश्ड और jailed. So this is the organization which is a regulatory body under Consumer Protection Act 2019. It came into existence and which aim is to prevent the false or misleading advertisement to ensure consumer protection. Under which ministry? So Ministry of Consumer Affairs and Food Public Distribution. So this is the importance of this ministry. You will see regulatory body, which act? Consumer Protection Act 2019 section 10, empowered to prevent false or misleading advertisement and operates under Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution. So all the key terms which are mentioned here, if in statement based question they ask you questions like this, statement में they actually यहाँ पे कुछ भी दे चेंज, सो यू विल बी अवेयर कि भैया नहीं दिस इज नॉट द राइट थिंग. इफ दे आस्क यू इट्स क्या बोलते हैं इट्स अ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल बॉडी, सो इट्स नॉट अ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल बॉडी, इट्स रेगुलेटरी बॉडी अंडर योर कंज्यूमर प्रोटेक्शन एक्ट 2019 section 10. So this is also very important. So always focus on the small points of any act or any body which you will see or which you see around you. Now बेनिफिट्स क्या रहेंगे कंज्यूमर के? ऑब्वियसली इट एम्पावर्स द सिटीजन्स कि भाई येस यू कैन गो फॉर इफ दिस काइंड ऑफ मिसलीडिंग और मिस एडवर्टाइजमेंट इज डन विद यू देन वी आर विद यू, वी विल गोइंग टू वर्क फॉर योर कंज्यूमर प्रोटेक्शन. इट विल हेल्प इंडिविजुअल टू डिसाइड विच पर्टिकुलर कंपनी और सिस्टम इज वेरी ट्रुथफुल और विच इज important. So they are helping us to decide whom we can actually select or whom we can basically offer our further needs. It discourages any kind of misleading claims, boosting consumer trust. It also ensures that product merit is there, fair markets are there, fair practices are there, everyone is following the fair standards of the market, so us as a consumer get all the benefits which we are actually expecting and which we deserve. Now, this is also very important article, because United Nations finally have officially declared Gaza as a famine in Gaza. So we all know what is the situation of your Gaza and Israel, that is Palestine ka part, that is Philistine ka part from last few years. So वैसे तो लड़ाई is going on from last 100 years, but currently if we see the situation of the Gaza, yeah, it is very worse. Even Israel is also suffering. We can't say that कि कौन सी country ज़्यादा suffer करे, because individually all the countries which are involved in such wars, they are actually victim of lot of stuffs. So but yes, recently United Nations officially has declared famine in Gaza, which is affecting on an average 5 lakh people, and that's why majority of the countries, they are against your Israel. Now what is important is, first of all, क्या criteria है to decide कि what are the criteria कि भैया why this is the criteria, that's why we are saying कि yes, now it is officially a famine का, and what are the other benefits they will get कि once it is recognized कि yes, it is a famine country, officially United Nations have declared famine. So how positively it will going to impact the Gaza and Gazan people, that is very important. Now, what is the criteria? That means a simple criteria is that at least 20% of the household face the shortage of the food. So this is very important. UPSC can ask you the criteria for any country of deciding whether it is suffering from famine or not. Then यानी कि भूखमरी से. Acute malnutrition, that is approx 30% of children are malnourished, and mortality rate is over 2 deaths per 10,000 people per day. यानी कि when we compare to 10,000 people, हर दिन कम से कम 2 लोगों की death हो रही है. Mortality rate is like people dying, at least 2 people dying every day out of every 10,000 population. So this is the criteria of deciding of any country's famine is suffering from famine or not. So what is the criteria? At least 20% of the household face extreme food shortages, acute malnutrition that exceeds to 30% in the children, mortality rate is over 2 deaths per 10,000 per people per day. So this is the criteria which is very important. Key features of the criteria. What is the procedure? Data is collected, technical review is there, then agencies of basically United Nations, they validate the information, and finally you will see the public declaration is done jointly by, this is also important, United Nations and IPC community. So this is also very important. It is actually joint program or joint initiative of, this is not only the initiative of United Nations, but it is also a joint initiative of basically United Nations, FAO, Food and Association, Food and Agriculture Organization, World Food Program, UNICEF and Alka. So this is also very important. Just give me a second. ठीक है. So who decides? So it is publicly declared by your United Nations and IPC, that is Integrated Public System certification we can say. So it's a United Nations and IPC, but who validation of is done by your FAO, World Food Program, UNICEF and OCA. So that is a very important information you will get. सबसे पहले 20% should be like should be suffering from the shortage of food, acute malnutrition specifically in 30% of the children. Then mortality rate is 2 deaths every day out of 10,000 people. What is the procedure? Data collection, technical review by IPC and support unit, then validation by UN agencies which include your FAO, UNICEF, World Food Program and your OCA. Then public declaration will be finally done by UN and IPC. So please make sure if statement asked from here, you are not confused कि भैया कि ये who is done going for the validation, who will be the declaration party. So who is that doing the validation is FAO, World Food Program, UNICEF and OCA, and declaration is done by two, that is United Nations and IPC. So all the key points are very important from examination perspective. Obviously, what is the importance? Global attention. Now globally it has been declared famine, so officially now all the countries or majority of the United Nations countries, they can send their aid and services to Gaza. So mobilize the global attention and urgent humanitarian responses, or unlock all the international funding and aids, and plus it will also going to promote or work as a catalyst to work on the ceasefire agreement. Ki like officially the pressure will be done by the United Nations countries ki you should now on the Israel ki bhai you should now stop this. Now it is actually going beyond what we have expected. A good number of people are suffering from this. Now you should stop. So it will also going to generate pressure on the particular countries which are involved in this, and it will also going to fulfill the international standards. Now it is the first time United Nations had declared. No, before that United Nations had declared famine in different country. Number one, Somalia, which is known as the pirate capital of the world. आज भी समुद्री लुटेरे अगर कहीं पे बहुत ज़्यादा परेशान करते हैं तो पहली वन ऑफ द कंट्रीज जो दिमाग में आती है, that is known as your Somalia. Somalian pirates are famous for that. Somalian pirates की वजह से Somalia has been taken out of lot of international organization. Why? Because country is not able to curb the problem of piracy, that is pirate samundri lutere. Whenever we are moving through Red Sea, a good number of people are suffering. Good number of countries' ship are looted by the Somalian pirates. So this is also one of the major concern which you will see here. But it is believed that there are majorly two kind of pirates which are present in our country. One is African pirates and another one is Asian pirates. African pirates majorly they are found in Red Sea, and your Asian pirates present in your Indonesian wala region. But when we compare them, it is believed that कि Indonesian pirates or Asian pirates are more brutal and more cruel as compared to the African wala and compared to the pirates which are present in this side, that is Red Sea wala. Why? Because it is believed that the pirates which are present here in the Red Sea region, either it is Somalian or Yemenis, Houthis, they actually loot the ship. मतलब वो लूटते हैं and they specifically लोगों को बंदी बना लेते, they ask for extortion money and then they leave people. But when we compare to the Asian pirates, they prefer killing people. तो बोले extortion money भी लेंगे and we will also kill people. So they loot a ship, they actually kidnap individuals, they ask for ransom money, they ask for extortion money, and after when they get money, they prefer killing people. So that's why when we compare to Asian and African pirates, Asian pirates are considered more brutal and prefer and believe in killing as compared to the African pirates. I'm not saying that African they don't kill, they kill, but when we compare, so Asian pirates are considered to be more brutal and more dangerous. Now, so famine has been declared in Somalia 11 and 22, once in 2011, 2022, then South Sudan 2017, Yemen 2018, ongoing in a risk, Ethiopia, that is in 2021, Sudan in 2024, and now again in your Gaza, that is in 2025. Next article. Lot of important articles are there. Recently, the leader of opposition allegedly voted theft and demanded that election commission provide machine readable voter rolls. This is important. Ki what is machine readable voter rolls to political parties. Now, first of all, let us understand what is the scenario of your electoral rolls in our country. देखिए, when we go for a voting, अभी आपने देखा whole drama and has been done. अब drama कहें कि it's a genuine thing, that's a different concern. But whole leader of opposition Rahul Gandhi has came up with a lot of fake voter ID cards which has been created, and that was actually genuine. It was proved by majority of the reporters, but there is not a proper official statement which has been released by Election Commission by saying that yes, they are fake voters or they are not the people who where they are registered, actually they are not staying there. So there is no such official statement has been released by Election Commission. But yes, all the different reporters and some agencies which are working after it, private agencies, they have confirmed that whatever which has been presented by your Rahul Gandhi is actually genuine. Now, this is not something very new problem. First of all, what is the work of Election Commission? So, Election Commission is the particular organization, a constitutional organization which were present in the constitution or system from the very first day. That means it has an article in the constitution. So, it has been started like the work of Election Commission is to look after the election process of the country, to make it smooth, to make it fair and basically justiciable. But now Election Commission is questioned. Why? First of all, it is believed that the Election Commission has been centralized. So chances are there that in prelims perspective, something can be asked from Election Commission, and from mains perspective, they can ask you, do you also agree with the fact that what is the let's say what are the functions of the Election Commission, and do you agree that Election Commission is actually centralized? So these kind of questions can be asked from mains perspective as well. But now, here what is important, what is electoral role? So every particular election commission may comes up with the electoral role, मतलब एक process, एक list जहाँ पे you actually are aware of कि who are the individual registered from where, who are giving vote, who are eligible voters. So it's a detail of all the eligible voters which are present in any constituency or area. That is specifically known as electoral roll, in which you have age, name, data, place, everything is mentioned there. So where it is mentioned, so your electoral roll is an authoritative list of all eligible voters prepared under a Representation of People Act in 1950. This is very important. If UPSC asks you कि electoral roll are produced under ये फलाना फलाना act, मतलब if Representation of People Act is not mentioned, then statement becomes wrong, because electoral roll is prepared under eligible voters list, it prepares under Representation of People Act 1950, that is RPA 1950. And voter roll is prepared by a district officer. That is very important. It is prepared by district officer under a e-program, that is a digital system that is known as ERONET. ERONET, Representation of People Act, and by district officials of Election Commission. These three important points still here. It is formed under Representation of People Act 1950. Number 2 by a district officer. Number 3 by a digital platform that is known as ERONET. वैसे तो chances are very less, but if UPSC asks you, ERONET is related to what? So it is related to a digital system for adding or deleting the voter entities in Election Commission. Now, time to time they are updated, but there is a problem in this digital system. That's why we are focusing on machine readable kind of a voter list system that was demanded by the opposition and majority of the opposition. Now, what is voter, how our voter rolls are shared? When you go to the official website of Election Commission, जब आप किसी भी voter list के बारे में search करते हैं, so there will be a PDF which will come. So in that PDF there is a data कि भाई ये है, age है, name है, place है, age, name, gender, address and EPIC number, the number which you provide for the election का process. But do not include photographs online. Online photographs available नहीं होती हैं. Physical copies of printouts may also be provided to political parties and the public. But the problem of this voter roll system is that कि ये कोई भी error जब होता है तो you have to edit that error manually, यानी कि यहाँ पे human error हो सकता है. हालांकि इट्स अ डिजिटल प्रोसेस, बट डिजिटली उस प्रोसेस को स्कैन नहीं करता, यानी कि आपने बस डेटा फीड कर दिया, बट अगर उसमें कोई चेंजेस है, कोई गड़बड़ है, देन यू हैव टू गो एंड सी मैनुअली एंड चेंज दैट गड़बड़. लेकिन इन द करेंट सिस्टम दिस इज द प्रॉब्लम, बिकॉज इट्स अ फिजिकल प्रोसेस एंड कोई 10-12 वोटर्स नहीं है, देर आर करोड़ों वोटर्स विच आर प्रेजेंट इन एन एरिया. सो दैट्स वाई देर आर दैट्स वाई देर आर चांसेस, that's why there is a problem कि आप ढंग से उस electoral process को देख ही नहीं पाते हैं. So this is the limitation. Image PDF cannot be easily indexed or searched by the computers. Detecting a duplicate requires manual effort, and with over 99 crore entities, spotting error become highly challenging. So वो इतना challenging process हो जाता है कि individual can't identify, जिसकी वजह से there is a duplicate, you can see errors in the system कि कोई individual कहीं है and voting कहीं और हो रही है. For example, मेरा when I was very excited first time for my voting when I turned 18, I guess there was a Delhi elections only. So I have three in my area, like I have 3 voter ID cards. कि एक was my official number and ID जहाँ से I have registered my mobile like home address, and 2 जगह से my name was there, my age was there, and my every data and my photo was there in that electoral roll, but address was different. So I was having 3 fake उसमें individual का IDs, out of which when first time I went for the voting, already out of these 3, like एक तो I am the original one, but 2 are the fake. Already one individual has voted, girl has voted on my name, so there was a tick which was done on that particular name. So they have asked me, I was in a doubt कि भाई तेरा 3 कहाँ से आ गया. मैंने बोला I am also not aware of this, मेरा तो final यही है, this is my home address. So बोला जाओ अभी, you can't vote, somebody already has voted on this, go next time just go for election commission का online website पे just resolve this issue, ask them to cancel all the fake IDs on your name and basically age वाला criteria, then come for voting. So I was so upset कि एक तो I was so excited for voting first time, ऊपर से ये नाटक हुआ. एंड तुरंत आई आस्क माई फादर, पापा ये ठीक कराओ बिकॉज मुझे वोट करना है. दिस इज बीइंग अ पॉलिटिकल साइंस स्टूडेंट, हाउ कैन आई नॉट बिकम पार्ट ऑफ दिस सिस्टम, दिस इज नॉट डन, ये वो. बिकॉज इन स्कूल, बिकॉज इन कॉलेज वी यूज टू हैव डिस्कशन ऑन इलेक्टोरल सिस्टम प्रोसेस. एवरी वन वॉज फ्लॉन्टिंग देयर इंक एंड आई वॉज लाइक मैं नहीं फ्लॉन्ट कर सकती बिकॉज ऑफ द प्रोसेस. बट फ्रॉम देयर आई रियलाइज कि येस दिस इज अ जेन्युइन प्रॉब्लम. वन वॉज जेन्युइन, माई नेम, माई ID, एज, माई एड्रेस वॉज सही था, बट 2 was fake. Name was there, age was there, ID मतलब basic details were same, date of birth was same, but the address were different. So these kind of problems can be seen in the system, but the problem is that identifying a process is in a normal electoral process, it's a very टायरिंग प्रोसेस, एंड दैट्स वाई. अब सोचो ना 99 करोड़ वोटर्स आर रजिस्टर्ड. अब तुम देखते देखते क्यों बोल रहे अभी क्या कर रहा है, छोड़ना कौन देखेगा, छोड़, इससे अच्छा लेट्स ऐड अ न्यू वन. जिसकी वजह से देयर इज अ चांसेस कि डुप्लीकेसी बहुत ज़्यादा होती है. दैट्स वाई वी वांट machine readable format so that we can properly extract, we can properly find, we can properly actually find out the data of all the electoral rolls which are present there in a form of Excel, in a form of XML, CSV database. A proper database should be adopted by Election Commission with a machine readable format so that just typing the name and address, you are just typing the EPIC number, you can get the detail of an individual. So that is a very high time to use such things in our system, because we are also in a position कि जहाँ पे there we are actually prone to various cyber attacks. So that's why this is very important. But there is a problem which is included with this कि ये can breach the privacy concern, because these politicians and non-politicians have a list of all the voters. So it is believed that कि politicians can basically misuse this data. Different individuals can misuse this data, and it will also going to violate the transparency of the system. It is believed by them, but I don't think so it will going to basically make the breach the transparency, क्योंकि जब एक proper readable system है, so if you search you can get the data, so it's more transparent rather than breaching of transparency will take. So what are the important stuff? What are the benefits? Transparency and accessibility. Efficient हो जाएगा, easier for political parties and individual to search and verify. It is a very innovative. More and more voters can come into this and good data quality will be provided. But what is the concern? Privacy breach. That is, data will be leaked. Politically people can misuse, security risk are there, legal concerns are there. So these are the issues which are related here, which is involved with your machine readable voter rolls. Now, as per the latest survey, the estimated population of saltwater crocodile, one of the largest reptiles in the world, has increased in Sundarban Biosphere Reserve. Now, You can see this is the Sundarban Biosphere Reserve, which is present near like your Bangladesh and West Bengal wala region mein. You will see this is your Sundarban Delta. From school time you must have heard about this particular reserve or forest or national park, that is Sundarban National Park. Now, here is a positive news. As per the latest population or survey, the number of salt water has been increased in Sundarban region. Now, Sundarban is in news from a different perspective. Chances are very high that this year question can be asked from this region because it is highly in news. So, Sundarban is made of basically 2 to 3 rivers, majorly of 2 to 3 rivers. Halaki there are lot of tributaries and distributaries, but major rivers is your Ganga, Brahmaputra and Meghna river. These are the important rivers which is responsible or which actually merge with this Sundarban Delta, which is a mangrove area. Now, it is a low-lying island area, one of the biggest mangrove or delta located in the delta of river Ganga and Brahmaputra, India and Bangladesh. It is the largest delta and mangrove forest in the world, and the another statement is more important कि Sundarban Delta is only particular mangrove system, the delta, which have tigers. This is very important statement. It is the only mangrove forest in world where the tigers are found, because Royal Bengal tigers are found in this region. So UPSC can ask you, it is the only mangrove forest in the world which found tiger. Ab you will say only is not always right. According to the elimination theory, only is like majority of the time when 70% of the statement of only are wrong. So only to not possible, tigers can be found if found in Sundarban, so that can be found in any part of the world. So chances are high you will say chalo this statement is actually wrong, but this is right. This is the exception of that elimination strategy. It is the only mangrove forest in the world where tigers are found, that is your Royal Bengal tigers, and that is very important statement. Covering a good number of areas covered by our Indian part, that is other than Bangladesh, that is 10,000 square kilometer, that is approx 40,000. It is bounded by west Muringa. These are the particular rivers which are present, Muriganga, and east by your Haribanga and Raimangal. So these are the rivers which are very important. Indian subcontinent mein, other than your Ganga and Brahmaputra and Meghna, there are other rivers, that is Muriganga, Haribanga and Raimangal, and there are other rivers also, that is your Saptamukhi, Thakuran, Matla and Gosaba. So these rivers are very important. UPSC can ask you which is actually joining or bounded from west. So west is from Muriganga and by east it is Haribhaga and your Raimangal, and other rivers which are associated this Sundarban ecosystem is Saptamukhi, Thakuran, Matla and Gosaba. So river system can also be asked. Now it is also very important because all the protection status or international status has been there, majority of the international status. Sundarban is UNESCO World Heritage Site, Sundarban is UNESCO Biosphere Reserve, Sundarban is a Ramsar site which is declared in 2019. Sundarban is also important for important bird area. Why? Because every year a good number of migratory birds are coming to this region, but Sundarban area is also losing its relevance because of the human and animal conflict which can be seen in this region. They are clearing these areas for the resort and different purposes also. Environmental concern, all these is also leading towards actually detouring of Sundarban Delta scenario, and good number of migratory birds now they are not visiting to Sundarban area. So this is the importance of Sundarban area. Now crocodile. India is home to 3 crocodiles, Gharial, Magar, and basically known as third is your saltwater crocodile. So they are cold-blooded animals, zyadatar you will find on the banks of aquatic rivers. Some are freshwater, some are saltwater. Then conservation, all 3 are basically are listed under your Schedule 1 of Wildlife Protection Act, India 1972. And India also launched crocodile conservation project in Odisha Bhitkarniya National Park. So that is also very important. But here we will see ek karke what is the crocodile, what is the IUCN status, what are the characteristics of that crocodile which you will see. Saltwater crocodile. It is the largest of all crocodile species which are present in India and world. This is also important. Recognized as man-eater, also known as estuarian crocodile. So if UPSC asks you, Magar is also known as estuarian crocodile, answer is no. Salt crocodile is also known as estuarian crocodile. That means it is present in the estuaries also. It is distributed across the swampland, rivers, mangroves of Odisha, that is Bhitkarnia National Park, and West Bengal Sundarban, and the coastal areas of Andaman and Nicobar Islands. So this is the area which they are present. That's why they are known as salt water, because they can be found in the area near to your oceans. That is also important. What is the IUCN status? So it is the least concern. That means number is good. Magar. This is your saltwater crocodile. This is your magar. What is the qualities of magar? It's a broad snouted nose can be seen. This is the quality of it. Known as marsh crocodile, found in fresh waters. So that was salt crocodile because zyadatar it was also found in a salt wala region. But it is a freshwater crocodile majorly found in the rivers and freshwater sources, that is estuaries and marshes area. Known as a dig, ये अपने nesting purpose के लिए खोदता है ज़मीन and उसमें जाके वो आराम से लेटता है. So that is also the specific quality. Known to dig burrows or holes for nesting purpose. That tough keratin scale जो इनकी body होती है, that is keratin. We have studied about rhino also. तो जो rhino का horn होता है, there also keratin is present, but that is not hollow. उसमें अंदर पूरा keratin भरा होता है, and keratin is very important for protein perspective and hair and nail industry. That's why these rhinos are poached, killed for the horn, which is actually very good of keratin, with the keratin which is present. Same, they have also on body the keratin is present. Because of that keratin, their body is so sensitive कि हल्का सा भी movement in the water of the prey, they can actually become alert and they can actually found their prey. So that is very important. Their tough keratin scales are known to be sensitive to even in the slightest motion in the water is in the help can, मतलब एकदम हल्का movement भी हुआ ना तो they can actually detect their prey. IUCN status vulnerable. What is IUCN status? Least concern. What is IUCN status? Vulnerable. Now ghadials. Ghadials can be found majorly in India. That is your important. A long उनका ऐसा रहता है. That is ghadials can be majorly found in India. So 3 salt water. Then you can see magar, and the third which found in India, that is your ghadials. Now they are endemic to Indian subcontinent. That means they are majorly found in only Indian subcontinent. यानी कि ये जो प्रजाति है केवल अपने देश के पास है. So they are shy natured. तुम इसके सामने गलती से चले गए and you will like start feeling कि हे भगवान ये तो बहुत शर्मीला किस्म का जानवर है, तो वैसी तुम्हारी हवा वैसी टाइट हो जाएगी. बट स्टिल इट इज़ अ घड़ियाल. आर बिलीव दैट दे आर वेरी शाई नेचर एंड मोस्ट ऑफ द एक्वेटिक ऑन ऑल द स्पीशीज ज़्यादातर ये पानी के अंदर रहना ही पसंद करते हैं. लॉन्गेस्ट लिविंग क्रोकोडाइल स्पीशीज native to the northern India and are distinguished by their long and narrow snouts as compared to other two, that is magar and salt crocodile. घड़ियाल्स are believed that कि ये ज़्यादातर आपका सबसे ज़्यादा लंबा जीते हैं. Are fish eaters, majorly they are fish eaters, and they are found in Chambal river, which is very important from UP and basically MP perspective. The ravines चंबल की घाटियाँ बोलते हैं, which have a very strong history of our जोग्राफिकल पर्पज से भी इंपॉर्टेंट है. बट 90s 60s 70s 80s की पूरी जो बीहड़ों की वो चंबल के जो डाकू एंड नक्सल से रिलेटेड है, दैट इज़ द रवाइंस ऑफ बेसिकली चंबल घाटी. सो दे आर प्रेजेंट इन चंबल रिवर विच इज ट्रिब्यूटरी ऑफ यमुना. लार्जेस्ट पॉपुलेशन ऑफ घड़ियाल कैन बी सीन हियर ओनली एंड द IUCN स्टेटस इज क्रिटिकली इंडेंजर्ड, यानी कि द नंबर ऑफ स्पीशीज आर लेस एज कम्पेयर टू सॉल्ट वाटर क्रोकोडाइल एंड योर मगर. So these are the important characteristics of saltwater crocodile. The crocodile, the number is increasing. So we have saw all the 3 crocodiles, which you will see the importance of Sundarban Delta. So we have discussed all the important aspects which are important from examination point of view. Hope so you have enjoyed this session. We will come up with more new articles and more important articles which are important from examination point of view. And very less time is left for 2026 prelims. So please now bug up, make sure you are following the current affairs, make sure you are, once your subjects are done, start revising those subjects as well, balance your optional and GS subjects, because till December, try to basically give at least good revision and good important current affairs revision to your particular subject, because majority of the questions which were asked in mains and majority of the questions which was asked in 2025 prelims were majorly the articles or the news which were from your August, September, October, November and December. So majority, this is a trend, but this could be changed also, because from past 2 to 3 years it is believed that it is we can see that the majority of the questions which are asked in prelims and mains is majorly from the current affairs, which is actually there in news from August, September, October, November and December. So focus on these current affairs more. Halaki we have to study everything, but focus on the current affairs specifically which are present in this area. So hope so you have enjoyed the session, hope so you have understood the articles. That's all for today's article. All the best, have a nice day.